to the greatest puzzle talk show, the first episode of the new year. Happy 2020. I'm your host, New Mike. Old Mike was left behind in 2019. This is New Mike. Hello, who's this? New Mike. Joined with me today is our host,
New Tone.
New Tone.
Not Old Tone, but New Tone.
New Tone.
Newest Tone. Welcome to 2020.
Welcome to 2020, everyone. And
I'm not Barbara Walters.
At least not today, he's not. We're going to kick off the new year with Trapdoor by having a great episode. I'm literally never going to get used to that. We have a great list of topics over here that we're going to go over with you today, and you can see our last topic says something called New Year's resolutions. What's that? Well, if you tune in to the end of the show, you get to find out. I'm pretty excited for this show. Tone, how was your New Year?
My New Year was great. We didn't really watch the ball drop or anything, but our friends Ken and Sharon came to our house because, we've got Liv, so, we stayed in for the night, but we had an incredible dinner. We had steaks, we had crabs, we had clams, we had shrimp, we had a $300 bottle of champagne. We had it was a night. It was a good night.
I hope the bottle tasted like $300.
It didn't. It tasted like a $30 bottle of champagne.
It never really does it?
We also had a $30 bottle of champagne, so I had a comparison.
You get to do the quick side by side, which
Hey Adam, Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year, Adam. Thanks for joining the stream.
But yeah, it was literally at the beginning of the night when we were getting the clams going, and we had a big seafood ceviche and other stuff, and we're eating that, and we're kind of sipping on the cheap bottle, and then for midnight we broke open the expensive bottle.
Okay, and kick off the new year.
To kick off the new year, and yeah, I was so excited thinking that this was going to be one of the best bottles of champagne of my life. Nah. Right in line with the $30 bottle.
Oof. You know what I did for New Year's, Tone?
What?
Nut.
What?
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh.
I got to spend
New Year, new puzzle talk.
I got to spend the new year with some really cool people. In our first topic, this is an excellent segue. I'm getting really good at this. Midnight at Trapdoor.
You did. You had probably the best night of all.
I did. I had an excellent time. We had players that actually wanted to start the new year in Cure Z, our 2-hour zombie-themed escape room. Now, this option was available all across the board for all of our other escape rooms. Cure Z was the only one that booked, and it was a really cool time. They showed up. We got them in there. They played the game. They ended up finishing the game with about maybe 5 minutes to spare. As they reconvened into the lobby, what they walked into was, what you see in the picture up there, some glasses, some noisemakers like the one I have, and a nice bottle of champagne, courtesy of Trapdoor Escape Room. We all watched the ball drop together, and we busted open the champagne. It was actually a really great time.
Yeah, it was such a last-minute decision to say, let's let people celebrate New Year's at Trapdoor. And we kind of knew Morristown was going to be a bus going in because we're in bar country.
Yeah.
So it was
next
tavern.
Door. Yeah.
And some of the places were doing shots, free shots at midnight and stuff So there was no competing on some of those notes. And Red Bank's a very similar deal. You got a ton of restaurants that are lounges as well. So. But Poconos, all of a sudden, we did phenomenal all night across all 3 locations. But
2 days in a row, absolutely.
But that midnight showing was the one where we were like, is it going to book? Isn't it going to book? So we were like, you know what? Let's do a complimentary bottle of champagne for whoever, plays. And sure enough, Cure Z booked. And getting the photos from you that night was awesome.
I don't have all the photos up on here just for privacy of the players, but it was a great time. We took a nice picture with our glasses.
We posted a few of them online already.
Oh, there they go, so that they can check them out there. They were really cool, too. I was actually, behind the counter getting ready to do my bartender shtick. For those of you that don't know, before I was a game master, I was actually a bartender. I was a pretty good bartender, too. And so I'm getting...
That's his opinion.
What's that?
I said that's his opinion.
We'll talk afterwards. I'll make you the best martini you ever had. So, I'm behind the counter getting ready to do my bartender shtick. I pop the bottle, the countdown's happening. They're like, no, come out from behind the counter, pour yourself a glass. Really cool customers, and it was really cool. Hey, how much was that bottle, by the way? Because I got to tell you, that was some good champagne.
About 40.
Yeah, no, you should have bought that one. That was good. The first glass tasted almost like sparkling apple juice. It was nice.
Okay. That's good.
But the players...
So informative.
Listen, we're here to help you guys. But yeah, so that was Midnight at Trapdoor.
Yeah.
With positive reviews, we're hoping that we get to do that again next year. I look forward to spending another great holiday with our players. Maybe we could do something for the other holidays as well.
Which, by the way, if any of you enjoy, popping bottles, be sure to book Puzzles and Corks for the month of January. All the wines are from Austria.
From Austria? Oh, snap. Changing up the region. Love it. New year, new region.
Yep.
I have to get back to everybody on what
Mike
the
doing
themes.
cocktail flips.
Doing cocktail flips? I mean,
Yeah.
I'll do one. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll do a cocktail flip next episode. But
we're gonna go save Australia on Mike's cocktail flips. Sorry, moving on.
Shout out to that Instagram model, by the way. I'm sorry I couldn't buy your nudes.
Yeah, I'm married. Otherwise, I'd support. But
Yeah, it's complicated, but you're doing a good thing. Moving on to the next one, Tone. I think you're going to be extra excited about this topic that I have coming up.
What do we got?
We have lovingly named this topic Canadian Spies. Have you ever wanted to be a spy?
Of course, who hasn't?
I've always wanted to be a spy. I've been a huge fan of James Bond when I was a kid, and now we have the chance. In Ottawa, there's an escape room known as Escape Manor with a game called The Recruit, where the puzzle is so hard that only one person has successfully completed a game. And at first, I thought that was outrageous, because we've talked about success rates, we've talked about how hard a puzzle game should be, and this is way too hard. But
it's in Canada.
It is in Canada, and it's still a little bit different, because solving and completing this game can get you a job to work for Canada's Security and Intelligence Agency. Completing this game in Ottawa, this game is actually a recruitment ploy to get people to become Canadian spies.
That's pretty cool.
Right? So, Tom, this is my
cool.
formal resignation. I'm going to be flying out to Canada next week to fulfill my dreams of being a Canadian James Bond.
Good luck with that. We won't miss it.
Only one person has actually completed it. So that's how only one person so far has become a spy. So I've also never seen this, using an escape room as a job recruitment tool.
I've seen that. We've covered it on Puzzle Talk before you were hosting. There was an electrical engineering company that was using a mobile game as a recruitment game. I've seen it before, but not to this extent where you actually get a government job like that. That's pretty sick.
Do you think they do the background test after you complete the game, or do they waive the background test
probably.
afterwards?
It's like on Shark Tank, where they always say only 20% of the deals that close on TV actually close, because once they do due diligence, they find out that half the contestants lied their asses off.
Ah, I see.
So
that makes sense.
I'm sure they still have to do the background checks. Name, please. What's the name of the company?
So this is called Escape Manor, and this is called The Recruit.
Escape Manor, The Recruit.
Yep.
That's awesome.
In Ottawa, Canada. First community topic of the day, and we already got a thumbs up from Tone. We're on a hot streak, guys.
That's cool. That's cool.
So if you're interested in being a spy, update your passport and head on down to Ottawa, and then let us know how the game goes. Don't give me answers though. I'm trying my hardest to be a spy. Did my hand in the military, now I'm ready to be a spy.
And, even so, even on the difficulty rate, other countries still do have competitive games.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's only the U.S. where we've become a bunch of bitches that all need to win.
Damn, he said it. He
What?
so said it.
Sorry, I'm inspired by Ricky Gervais last night.
I still haven't seen it. I've been seeing clips, and it looks like it's phenomenal. You're so right, though.
I think 2020 is going to be the return to form where people could actually say things.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people are kind of losing their care.
I don't know if it's a losing their care. I think it's about time that people had a license to actually speak without fear of losing their lives.
Yes. Cancel culture is what that is actually called, where someone gets canceled because of something they do or say.
Well, look, there's certain things that, in my opinion, are line in the sand moments.
Yes, absolutely.
I will still 100% stand by, for example, ABC firing Roseanne.
Yeah, that one was a weird one.
I loved that show. And I still watch The Connors. Mostly because John Goodman, I think, is one of the best actors of our time.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The rest of the cast is a little wooden, and a lot. Actually, the girl, I always forget her name, but the girl who plays Jackie is a very good actress too. But you know, like the girl who plays Becky is like a cardboard cutout could out act her. Sorry, but you know, and a lot of the cast that plays the kids, which kids are always tough to cast.
Yeah,
I'm one of the minority that still watches Fuller House, but every time the kids are on screen, I'm cringing.
I have literally never seen an episode of that show.
It's in its final season. It went 5 years.
Yeah, because that didn't get announced. That announced when Netflix was first coming
Yeah.
out. Yeah, that makes... Wow.
Yeah, well, no, it's a lot later than Netflix first coming out. But Netflix has been around for much longer than 5 years.
I keep forgetting how long Netflix has been out. The current iteration of Netflix is what is fresh in my head, because I remember when Netflix came out, they had the live streaming and then also the DVD options.
Well, yeah, and the streaming, but it was when Netflix started getting into original content.
Yeah, when they were putting out, I think Fuller House was one of the first ones. I'm trying to...
Yeah, the Orange is the New Black.
Yep.
You had the Marvel shows,
Yep.
like Daredevil. And
Santa Clarita Diet, all that stuff.
But yeah, I have a guilty pleasure of watching Fuller House. It's very nostalgic for me from when I was a kid at my grandmother's on a Friday night, watching the ABC lineups and all that stuff. But back to the point, though, you know, like the comment, that tweet that Roseanne had made, that's not freedom of speech. You're just intentionally drumming up controversy, and you work for a major multi-billion-dollar company that you're representing.
Yep.
I get that. But there are certain situations where... But then, I don't know, on the same token, I sit there and say to myself, like, we've provided these platforms, like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Do we have a right to regulate what people say on them? They're supposed to be an open forum of public outspoken ability.
Yes. Well, I agree that we shouldn't regulate...
You know, Disney almost bought Twitter?
Oh, God, could you imagine the new Disney symbol being the Mickey Mouse... Or the new Twitter symbol, instead of being a bird, being just Mickey Mouse ears?
Well, they pulled out because ultimately they didn't want to be responsible for controlling the rhetoric on Twitter.
That's what they would have to do to keep their image as a company as well. Because there's a fine line between freedom of speech, and then there's also a fine line between hate speech. And the problem
I very often find myself siding, though, with comedians on this stuff. Because they're supposed to have the freedom to go on stage and present their performance. Mm-hmm. And regardless of what they say, I always kind of take it to, like... if I don't like what I hear, I'm never going to pay for a show again.
Right. 100%. And that's what it all should boil down to.
You know, enough people don't want to go. That person's not going to sell out arenas anymore. They're going to go away.
I've been very outspoken throughout my life on how art in all of its forms should not be censored. I feel like art as it's made should be presented as it is. You as a patron or a viewer of that art, you know, you have the ability to kind of decipher in your head what that means, and then you either enjoy it or you don't.
Yeah, it's like literally this morning, Jess and I were driving Liv to preschool.
Right.
And I went into, was it this morning or was it last night? One of the two. My life's a fog. I grabbed her phone and I went into the settings on Slacker and I turned on the no explicit content.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know, every song right now has, you know, about 30 curse words in it, and my daughter's a language sponge right now.
But you took the responsible step as a parent to take the phone.
Right. It's not, you know, I'm not saying they shouldn't record their songs.
Exactly.
My daughter's not in the car. I want to hear it that way.
Absolutely.
But, you know, as a responsible parent, I won't let my daughter be subjected to it.
Absolutely.
Same thing with anything on television. We very much regulate what she watches. And I don't see that changing in my house anytime soon. It doesn't mean that I say that can't be on TV.
No, it's you doing the responsible thing and kind of making your own censorship. And that's what most parents should do. A great example, and holy cow, I just realized how kind of off topic we just got. Mm-hmm. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump on to our next topic, which is a board game Airbnb. What? Board game Airbnb? Immersive...
Another one?
Another one.
Wow, they're popping up all over the place.
That's literally what I was about to say. Immersive hotels appear once again in the news as a board game opens up in Clement, Florida. The rooms are based and designed off of popular board games such as Scrabble, Clue, Operation.
Literally just like the other... I forget the name of it, but we covered an Airbnb doing this exact same thing.
They're popping up all over the nation, and I think it's a cool thing because, from Major Chaos... I've been wanting to go, but it's expensive. I think he's saying that in reference to the Canadian game from Major Chaos. If you save up the money and you go, you tell me all about it. I want to know.
Yeah, we will feed you into the stream when you come back.
100%.
We would want to do an interview on that.
Clue is an actual escape room. That's correct, Major Chaos. Oh, he might actually have been talking about the Airbnb. If you make it to the Airbnb too, man, tell me all about that because I need to know. But yeah, no, actually featured in the game is like a water park. They're a giant-sized version of the game. An escape room as well, which I guess is Clue themed.
Yeah.
And it's immersive. Immersive hotels are sweeping the nation right now. I think taking kind of
immersive everything.
Immersive, yeah. Taking like kind of the themes
from
the Disney parks.
I'm not going to get into the discussion of it here, but tune into New Year's resolutions and you'll get the announcement on it. But there's a whole nother venue of immersive entertainment content that seems to be starting to pop up, and we're at the forefront because we're already in production on our version of it. So you'll find out at New Year's resolutions at the end of the month.
You guys are probably wondering what New Year's resolution is. If you want to know, you got to stay to the end of the game. Game show.
It's not a game show. It's just a show.
But it's popping up everywhere, and it's almost as if people are taking kind of the hints from Disneyland, the immersive parks, that one park we talked about last week, not Park Hotel, the Warner Brothers Hotel, the Nickelodeon / Cartoon Network Hotel there. It is truly taking the storm, and I am 100% for it. If I'm taking a vacation in a themed hotel, I want to believe that I am at that theme the whole way through. And it's really cool that this isn't even exactly a hotel, it's an Airbnb.
I desperately want to stay in Wayne Manor.
Someone, DC, who owns Batman right now? DC, make me a Wayne Manor. I'll go hang out. I want to stay in the Batcave for a night.
How cool, though. You have to figure out solving puzzles to get into the Batcave and go hang out in the Batcave.
Yeah, and then
cool.
There's a Batman there in costume just waiting for you, maybe like an animatronic or a hologram, just like, so you've made it to the cave.
You don't even need that. Let it like you stumbled in, and there's the security alarms start going off. There's the suit, there's the armory, there's the Batmobile. It's not drivable, but you can sit in it.
Like a bunch of stand-up mannequins.
It would be so cool.
From Major Chaos for the Airbnb, they do have an actual cave hotel. Oh, a Batcave hotel.
Wait, what?
From Major Chaos. Could you go ahead and tell us more about that Batcave hotel? Because you have piqued the interest of Tone here. I would love to know myself more about that.
Yeah, I need to know more.
It's all the way in It's all the way in the Dark Dank Cave. It's in New Mexico.
Interesting.
We're going to have to go ahead and give that a Google look, and we're going to I'll send you a link later.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Major Chaos. We're going to check that link out, and we might touch back on our next episode of Puzzle Talk. But with that, we're going to go ahead and dive into our next topic. NSFW Escape.
What's that?
Do you not know what NSFW means?
I don't remember.
NSFW means not safe for work. A swingers club.
Oh, well, no wonder I don't know it.
A swingers club is hoping to open an escape room and what they call the Naughty Boat.
Oh, God.
An organization to help raise a fundraiser to help save the environment. That's right, these kinky people are not just in it for the sex, they are tree huggers. Except when they hug their trees, they're generally naked.
Is that what we're calling it?
That's what we're calling it. From Major Chaos.
When I hug my tree trunk, it's for charity.
But yeah, This is an actual thing. It's a fun. They're doing fundraisers, and it's swingers. It's if you're under 18, click off the show. Come back in like 5 minutes.
Don't tell people to leave.
I don't want to get flagged. This is an interesting concept because I actually had a group come in last week to tell me about a game that they played where it was like a kinky game. It was actually the New Year's group that
really?
came in. Yeah, they had to handcuff their boyfriend to the bed.
I've seen games. I've never played one, but I've seen games. I remember Comnata Quest had like the Deadly Sins or something like that. There's a lot of kinky games out there.
Okay. From Major Chaos, this is not that strange as they have a haunted house called Haunted Hooch, and it's a haunted house in a strip club. I want to go. Can we go?
I'm so startled.
Jess, can Tone take me to a strip club?
No, he can't. I'll answer that for you. No, he can't.
So, I'm going to go ahead and say from Tone that's probably like a middle. But if you're interested, these guys, go ahead and give them the quick Google search and do your research because
I'm sorry, but like if a monster comes sliding down a stripper pole, I'm not going to be scared. But actually, we were just talking this morning about the fact that one of the most popular things to do with your significant other on Valentine's Day is go to a haunt.
Go to a haunt?
A haunted house.
On Valentine's Day?
Yeah, they all reopen for Valentine's Day.
What's like the logic behind that?
I don't know. I've never done it.
Is like the logic there that like your girl gets so scared and like the guy gets to be like the big, strong, like, oh, protect you, blah, blah, blah deal? Or
are you assuming gender roles?
Wow. All right. You got me. You got me into the corner. I have nowhere to back out. Peace out. But this is...
Mike Parada's comments on a show called Trapdoor Escape Stream's Puzzle Talk have landed him in some heat lately with...
From Major Chaos Tone, there's one in Wharton, New Jersey.
I am aware.
Oh, you
Trust
knew.
me, I know.
Oh, you knew.
Perfect.
I know. Tune in next week where we touch back on this. We'll have videos of Tone and myself in the strip club. Dollar bills, y'all.
No, that's the what he's talking about in Wharton is a haunt. It's a haunted house.
Oh, no kidding.
That's also an escape room. Oh. It's called like 13th. Adam, is it 13th Gate or 13th Hour? I know one of them...
Is that 13th? I know...
one of them is the place in Wharton.
Okay.
Which the guy who runs it was a little bit of a dick to me and Frank when we were there. And then there's the other that's in Baton Rouge, which has like one of the best games in the world.
From Major Chaos, that's the 13th Hour. Yep.
Yeah. Frank and I solved a puzzle out of order there, and he totally actually yelled at us.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
And I was like, and they win like every award I think on the I don't know what they're calling it now, the Golden Lock Awards, right?
Oh, the Room Escape Artist thing, yeah.
Yeah, it used to be Lock In, and they got rid of the locked in connotation because the industry's changing stuff. Good rebranding. I just have to get it right in my head. But yeah, they like sweep for New Jersey awards. Once upon a time, we were on that list. But
rest in peace. Hashtag justice for Trapdoor.
But Frank and I had played their games, and for one, we solved it out of order and got yelled at. And for two, I don't know, it's a haunted house.
Yeah, I mean, there are only so many haunted house gimmicks you can throw in there before you kind of expect what's coming, especially if you work in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I'm not, trying to knock it.
Oh, sure.
I think what sat wrong with me was just the fact that, like I said, I got scolded for solving something out of order.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like the appropriate move. Hopefully, whoever did that is taking on a new leaf, because this is an interesting thing that probably most people
it was
should check
legitimately
out.
the owner.
Oh.
Man,
I tried for you. I really did.
I know they do exceptional business for the haunt season, so more power to them. They're very hard to find.
Okay.
They make our location here in the Poconos seem easy to find.
Yeah, and that's an issue. Our running joke is that if you find the location, you've already solved the first puzzle.
Yeah, you've won. We played the Great Room. which has won Game of the Year. I could honestly name about 3 games I had played that year off the top of my head that I enjoyed more. None of which being our own. So I don't know. It was just I've noticed though that my taste and David and Lisa's are not really on.
They're kind of
the same par.
I think it's at this point too where we as a company are looking not so much outside of the escape room industry, but we're still trying to be innovative. And what we see as escape room might not be seen as that.
I don't know if innovative is a fair term. I think we were never truly an escape room. By definition.
By definition, yeah, because locked in, you have to escape.
We keep going more towards a theme park.
Yeah.
I think is the best way to describe it. So, immersive everything.
From Major Chaos, I can name every game in place simply by telling me partial themes. That's a fucking skill, man.
Language.
That's a freaking skill, man.
He's played way too many games. Adam's life is bombarded by playing escape rooms.
That's a good life to live, if you ask me, though. I'm not one to knock that.
But yeah, for me, it's we keep evolving into more show aspects, and over 600.
Over 600?
Adam, why don't you do like some kind of review show or thing or something?
Adam, I'd like to personally invite you on to Puzzle Talk. Message me. We'll make this happen.
Well, like even like as a different I don't know, like review perspective. Like there used to be more reviewers, and they all dropped out.
Do you think Room Escape Artists kind of cornered the market on like...
Oh, they're 100% the market. David and Lisa are probably the most popular people in the industry.
They have definitely like the most followers as far as like Patreon and stuff go. Mm-hmm. Definitely, because I think that's where they get most of their income as far as that goes.
And I'll tell you flat out, like their public appearances, like when I've been at the conferences and they speak, they usually have in the top 3 best presentations in the conferences. They're phenomenally well versed in everything that they talk about. Their fame in that position is earned. But there's it's like for movies, there's Variety, there's Times, there's Siskel and Ebert, now it's just one of them, but there's multiple outlets. The Hollywood Reporter, but for escape rooms, there's mostly David and Lisa.
There's mostly, David and Lisa from Room Escape Artists, and then we've had a couple of different reviewers.
Escape the Rumors are growing quite a bit because they're literally on like this crazy pace to catch up. My biggest issue is I don't travel around as much as they do, but they also travel for work. They mostly travel strictly for escape rooms now.
Because I think
especially now that they do the tours.
Oh yeah, because when I tuned into the Golden Lonk Awards, I tuned in. I sat through that for the entire hour, and
so did we.
Most of the games in the beginning were European games. I saw, so if you're traveling out that far, you definitely got to be traveling for the escape room itself. Because I think it was like Netherlands won some stuff. Anaheim was on there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what reason David would have otherwise. Lisa's got a really cool job. That's private stuff. I don't want to talk about that without permission online.
Absolutely.
But she has a really cool, interesting job. What do we have here?
From Struggle Forever. Hello, humans of Earth. Your Earth is round. You're all welcome.
Oh, great. We have a troll.
It's U''RE.
I think there needs to be a little more variety.
As far as reviewers go, because you need more than one perspective.
I don't even think it's just as far as reviewers go. I think there needs to be more industry stuff. Like, where's our Golden Globes? Where's our Oscars? Where's our major? Like, I know David and Lisa are working on Recon, but that's very much a convention for owners. Where's the enthusiasts convention?
We actually touched base on that a couple weeks ago. It was a very small awards ceremony, but the SoCal Escape Room Guild did have like an enthusiast, a creator type award. I am not a troll, but I bet, every troll says that. You spelled that correctly, so I'm okay with that. Please ignore the phone in the background.
But yeah, like, where's our, where's our Comic-Con?
From Struggle Forever. Do you want to mute that real quick while I respond to this comment? So what are you two talking about? Well, Struggle Forever, originally we were talking about a swinger club that's opening an escape room for a very good charitable event. Now we're talking about the lack of variety within a media in escape rooms as far as reviewers go, as far as rewards go. Talking about the Room Escape Artists Awards show, and opening up the possibility to you guys, the viewers, to start a new award show. Yeah, get some variety out
not
there.
even. I don't even think it needs to be an award show. It's just like, for companies to announce new projects, for for enthusiasts to meet the developers and stuff like that.
That would be really cool, actually. Yeah.
And announce new stuff. It's like literally a Comic-Con for the escape room industry.
People being enthusiastic. Tell me about it. We just did.
Okay. But anyway.
But with that, we're actually going to go ahead and cycle on to our next topic, and this will be the next topic before our last announcement for our new event. So next topic, where's the bathroom?
Dude, where's my car?
Dude, where's the bathroom?
Okay, so yeah, this kind of came about as this has been a running joke for a little while, but it kind of always evolves, and there's no way that this is not going to be a slightly gross topic. But
before we even get into that from Major Chaos, I still always make the joke about making an escape room into the actual bathroom to get out. Still have not seen that.
Yeah, we've all joked about that. The running gag is like you shut the door, there's an audio sound of like a like the locking
like the
mechanism,
off, yeah.
and a monitor inside that suddenly comes up with a serial killer who's like, "Would you like to play a game?" And the time clock starts.
How great would it be?
But it's this topic is really where we're saying like bathroom locations. It's the detriment of where you have your bathrooms located if you run an escape room. And this isn't just for an escape room. This could be for any industry to a degree.
Absolutely.
But, the concept of where you place your bathroom could have a very big impact on business. We have never lucked out with this.
I think our bathroom location here is actually fairly solid.
No, it's not.
No, because it doesn't affect people going into the game.
No, but it's right behind the Game Master station, so the smell radiates out.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'll give you
And
that.
literally, that wall backs up to the bathrooms.
It does.
So we hear way more than we bargained for.
I've apologized more than once.
Well, yeah, when it's our own people. But it's like, the sound effects, it's like how high can you put the headphones and not hear anything? It's really not generally pleasing.
From Struggle Forever, bathrooms should always be near to an exit and properly ventilated.
Yeah, 100%.
It is near an exit here, properly ventilated. That might be the issue we have.
And how many people will come in and be like, all right, where's the restroom? About to wreck this place. It's like, thanks. Your joke was funny 20 years ago. Viva Todd Vegas.
To get to our bathroom, you have to walk past all of our rooms, and it's directly across the hall from one of our rooms. The room just happens to have an extra loud soundtrack.
Yeah, well, that's our Morristown location.
I was gonna say, walking to either Freak Show or Winch Hut entrance, you walk right by the bathrooms.
Right. So basically, I'll paint a little picture for you. You walk into our lobby. You go straight, you hook a right, you hook a left, you hook a right, you hook a left. And straight down at the end, on the right and left, you've got Witch Hunt, you've got Freak Show, and then on the wall facing, you've got the bathrooms. So every time you bring a group to the entrance, one, last minute, everyone has to suddenly use the restroom.
It's inevitable.
Everyone.
It honestly is.
And then you're sitting out there waiting while everyone can hear what's going on inside the room.
Oh, yeah.
And then they open the door and
just like wafts right on out, and it even goes into the game a little bit.
It's like, what's the cloud radius?
It does area of effect damage.
And and then you have players taking wagers over who's in there. Is it gonna be a man that comes out or a woman that comes out? Because that smell couldn't possibly come from one or the other, and depending upon who the crowd is outside. We've had to actually go yell at people outside the bathrooms.
Really?
Yeah, because like it's like if you leave them to their own devices, you'll end up with a borderline harassment situation. We've heard people joke about pee streams. And with Morristown, it's your path to the rooms. It's unavoidable. And then Red Bank, top of the stairs, we made a new hallway to divide the bathroom from the game in Red Bank.
Yes, you did.
But you still have to go into that hallway before you can enter the games. Do you know how many times we've walked upstairs and been like, oh my God.
Yep. From Struggle Forever, do what Japanese do. Install electronic toilet with automatic wash and flush sounds to muffle your farts, plus an air sucker vacuum. We had that kind of budget, we'd be on that like white on rice.
Oh God, that's horrible.
We should throw a bidet in there.
Yeah. No, it's terrible, and the embarrassment that is always felt by all, and there's nothing you can do. It's We kind of went through that a little bit in a couple episodes back before I was even on the show. I believe one of the topics was escape room farts. Yeah.
And I think this kind of encompasses that same thing where it's like it's just as deadly.
Yeah, but that's okay. But here's the difference in that. Maybe not in everyone's games, but most certainly in ours. You can escape them. In Trapdoor, like if you're playing QRZ or you're playing Freak Show, you can get to another wing of the building and get away from that.
That's true.
But when you're in the hallway waiting to go in the game or whatever, you're stuck. If we're game mastering and someone uses it in the Poconos, we're stuck.
Yep, it's absolutely like...
we were just watching, there's a show on, not True TV, I forget what network, but the guys, the Tenderloins from Impractical Jokers star in it.
Yeah.
And The Misery Index.
The Misery Index.
That's the name of the show.
Okay.
And there was a story on the Misery Index the other week that was about a guy who got arrested because he said he just bombed the bathroom.
To get back at admin, celebrate a Mexican food day in office. The admin will upgrade the bathroom for you. Thanks for the tip.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah,
we'll keep that in mind.
Here.
yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
And before we move on, I want to give a big shout out to Scott Levi, our new subscriber. Thanks for subscribing to the
thanks,
channel,
Scott.
Glad to have you along. Hopefully you stick around for a while. But hopefully one day we figure out the solution to our bathroom issue. I think ventilation might be the answer.
The answer is going to be when we build our own building ground up and we choose where the bathrooms go.
That's true. We'll decide the plumbing here.
Yeah.
And with
that was always the discussion with Red Bank, is that once we have all of our approvals done and we knock that building down and we rebuild it, we already had in the blueprints where the bathrooms go so that we don't have this problem ever again in that building.
Yeah, but unfortunately it is what it is with that building now, which we're still figuring out. Yeah. But with that, we're going to roll into our final topic, which is New Year's resolutions.
New Year's resolutions.
My New Year's resolution is to say exactly the same, because I'm perfect and no part of me needs to change. But Trapdoor has a lot of New Year's resolutions, and there are a lot of things that we're looking to change. There's a lot of things that have already changed, things that we have left behind in 2019, things that have opened up in 2019 that have led us to where we are now and kind of given us the guide to where we want to go beyond here. January 27th from 8 p.m. to about 9 or 10 p.m., you'll find myself and Tone having a... From Struggle Forever, my New Year's resolution is 4K. Oh, I get it. That was whack. That was a bad joke. But we'll be having a special Trapdoor presentation to kind of pay homage to the things that we left behind, welcoming the things that we're taking on board, give you guys a preview for the things that are to come yet, and then also a special presentation from us and the Game Masters. Anything you'd like to add on to that?
Well, we'll be doing a little assessment of how our 2019's New Year's resolution show panned. What are the things that we said we were going to do in 19? Did we do them? So kind of a little bit of give ourselves a rating. We'll be looking at the leaderboards for every game of 2019 to see who topped the leaderboards at the end of the year to mark 2020. And we'll be looking at, we've actually talked about, since it's a brand new decade, we may wipe the leaderboards this month.
Just start a brand new leaderboard. Give everyone a chance.
Yep.
New positions available on the leaderboard.
That way on the show we can honor leaderboards past and the winners, and then move into brand new leaderboards.
So, from Struggle Forever, what's the one actual New Year's resolution that you two followed? What about you, Tom?
Well, I'm an amazing father. So that was one of my resolutions.
It sounds more like a goal, but it seems like you're doing a pretty decent job at that. I'd say one New Year's resolution I made that I've actually followed was to find a career that I genuinely enjoy doing every day. Before I found my job at Trapdoor, I was working as a manager at fast food places. I was a bartender. I was working in warehouses. So landing this job definitely settled my New Year's resolution. I have a job that I love and enjoy every day. From Viva Todd Vegas, my goal is to spend less time working in my business and more time working on my business. Solid resolution.
Todd, it's funny. About 2 years ago, that was my resolution. And I achieved that. I've only game mastered, I think, through all of 2019, maybe under 10 times.
Definitely only a handful of times.
And most of them were Christmas week at the end of 2019.
Christmas week, and I think also probably the beginning of Freak Show.
Well, we always intentionally game master when a game first opens, so that this way we can get a vibe for how the game is flowing.
Speaking of Freak Show, if you tune in January 27th at 8 p.m. for our New Year's resolution...
Oh, you'll get the special tour, yeah.
Get a special tour of Freak Show, our newest game that opened up in 2019. Who's giving the tour?
Me. We'll be doing a very Alfred Hitchcock-style tour.
I'm super excited about it. Yeah. I can't wait to show that to you guys.
It should be fun. Freak Show, it's... I think our prettiest game, so
the detail into that set.
We really want to show it off a little bit, and let people see just what it looks like inside and how expansive it is.
It really is, because even like the set here at Cure Z, when I first got hired on and checked it out, the set blew me away. To be a part of actually building Freak Show and then seeing the finished product, it's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
But to Todd's point, though, what I was getting at there was that since I got out of the day-to-day part of the business, my days have gotten far more chaotic and jam-packed.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Because
I've seen you in the office.
Freeing us up from game mastering and stuff like that just ends up saying, okay, well, what do I replace my time with? Mm-hmm. And then you start working on all new things, which is phenomenal, but then all those new things take up massive amounts of time.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden you're looking back and you're like, how do I still have a whiteboard full of bullet points? And I haven't stopped.
Putting in all this work and until you barely put a dent in the list.
Yeah, I was literally looking at my home office whiteboard, and I'm like, I've checked off 2 things in 3 months. And it's because everything on that list is big projects.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
absolutely.
like a broken down project list.
To be fair, the progress you've made is probably really good progress in the grand scheme.
Yeah, and I'd say for the most part, I do think that almost everything we set out to do in 2019 we achieved. I do know one of the things we didn't get to was we didn't get to a lot of original content we were planning for Escape Stream.
which hopefully is the thing that we get to do in 2020. Escape Stream is now starting to finally build up, and we're working on new original content for that every day that will be uploaded to the stream.
If you haven't checked it out, check out trapdoorescapestream.com, because our online experience director, Connor, really overhauled the hell out of that thing, and it's got its own fully functioning membership program platform, and
it's incredibly user-friendly too.
He
100%.
rebuilt the site ground up, which is really where most of the time went on Escape Stream in 2019.
Yep.
That has not been a quick overhaul. That's been, I think, 3 months alone of just reworking the website.
I remember sitting by patiently, just kind of like shuffling my thumbs, like, all right, Connor, when's the website done? I want to look at it. From struggle forever. Yeah. I hope you don't, man. For my new year, I deleted my Facebook and degraded my phone to a button crawling, but getting there. I am CR.
Okay.
Deleting Facebook is probably a smart move, just to get away from the negativity. Degrading your phone, if you're trying to go for simpler times, more power to you, man.
You know you can choose who you follow, right?
So maybe they don't gotta know that. So I'm here to be supportive. I'm here for them.
Like you just delete the people that are negative, so that you open it up and all you're surrounded by is good stuff.
The positivity.
I mean, I'm on there mainly for work.
Yep.
Secondarily, family, see photos of, and like close friends that have moved away, and to still be a part of each other's lives more. It's a very good tool for that.
I pity anyone that adds me on Facebook, because I exist on Facebook 100% for the memes.
There's a profile for me on everything, but that's so that we were able to make most of the accounts. But I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on, I'm only on Facebook, personally.
From struggle forever, where do you two see yourselves in 2021? I don't know, man. I haven't acquired 2020 vision yet.
I know what all of our aims are for 2021 already.
Already? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, as a business person, you have to have those in advance. You probably have goals for the next couple of years.
We're planned out through 2025.
Yeah, I had a feeling that would be the case.
Yeah.
But with that, we bring our show to an end. Be sure to tune in the 27th at 8 p.m. for our New Year's resolution. Be sure to tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. for a new episode of Puzzle Talk. He's been Tone. I've been Mike. We'll probably
I've been new Tone. You've been new Mike.
And we'll probably be still new next week. We hope you guys have a great new year, and we'll see you then.
Watch out for those bathrooms.